I'm Dan Meyer, publisher of BizTimes Milwaukee and BizTimes.com. Welcome to the Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield Wellness Summit. Strong partners make an event like this possible. I especially want to thank Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield for their support of this event as a title sponsor. Thanks also goes to our sponsor Cultivate by Standard Process and our supporting sponsor Aurora.
So everywhere we turned over the past 6 months, the topic of mental health was confronting us, and it kind of guided us to make this year, the focus of this year's Wellness Summit, about mental health. It's an important part of the equation, and it's often overlooked.
In reality, you can never be too well. It's something that we all strive for. All of us are at different stages in the wellness journey. Some haven't even started it yet. But it is so important, and from an employer's perspective, you've got the front row seat. So to meet them on the front line and be able to look them in the eyes and engage them in the conversation is the most powerful thing that you can do, and you're in the best position to do it. And to solicit the help of professionals out there, do what you can with what you have, but when you start engaging health professionals in the process, the conversation goes to a much different level.
And when we talk about mental health and mental illness, I want you to understand that it's no different than diabetes or heart disease. It's really easy for us to think about those as diseases. Or if I break my leg, because I can see that. It's really hard for us to begin to think about stress, depression as happening in the brain, and that there is a course of illness that we can follow with that.
Stress, our body response. Are you a human being or a human doing? Meaning, are you always on the go? Because remember this, our body doesn't differentiate necessarily between a good stress and a bad stress.
The mental red flags that I see quite a bit indicating stress would be difficulty concentrating, difficulty remembering. One of the ways I look at stress is too much energy is in the body. And this is where you need to learn methods of meditation, relaxation, and help yourself be a calmer person.
So the next panel is what works and what doesn't in a wellness program.
Whatever the employees suggest, we try it. And why not? Because if it doesn't work, then we won't repeat it.
Don't become discouraged and have maybe too lofty of goals. Be realistic and take things in phases to make sure your staff are with you along the way.
But I will say that matrix effect is a big deal in our role, because if you can get somebody engaged and get some positive results, they start, they're out in the company talking, and so it starts bringing more people in.
Also, in just realizing that everybody is on a different journey. So small changes of, if we work with an employee and they start just bringing their lunch 2 times a week, or they flip 1 soda for water that day, all those little changes make big differences.
We've got 2 fantastic sessions. You're going to learn about the competitive advantages for your business by having a mentally healthy workforce and a strong wellness initiative. I want to thank you all for coming, and I want to thank our sponsors for making this event possible. Our title sponsor, Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield, Cultivate by Standard Process, and our supporting sponsor, Aurora, and all the exhibit sponsors.